Hey everyone, this is going to be the last one. It's 20 minutes of 20 minutes of me remembering to record this. 20 minutes of bum and legs. I've already done this one once, but was too technically challenged. So if you want any sympathy, just know this is my second round with this one. So you're going to lie in one long line with your elbow bent and supporting your head. I don't want you to be collapsed there, so there should be room underneath there for a little matchbox car. Both legs come, kicking the band out of place, a little bit forward. The bottom foot remains flexed so the heel's touching. If it lifts, you're losing your base of support. You'll know if you're totally stacked, if you can lift this hand and you don't feel like you're kind of rocking back and forth. Lift the top leg, sweep it forward, and sweep it back. As you sweep it forward, you don't want your body going back. And as you sweep it back, you don't want your body going forward. You want to stay quiet from the belly button up. And you're really looking to set in your mind and in your body the length of your leg here, because that becomes key to all of the Pilates leg work that we do. Stack the legs on top, lift and lower. Again, thinking about the stack. If I open up my hip, I can certainly get a lot more range of motion, but that's not correct. We want to keep it stacked and looking for the length of the leg, not how much we lift it up. 2 more there. I think we're doing 8 altogether. I'm probably not counting correctly as usual. And then lengthen about hip length, hip distance. 8 circles forward, 6 more here. 3, 2, 1. Think of setting the length, and again backwards. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do passe. Draw the toe up, knee comes towards the shoulder, lengthen it away, take it back down. 3 more like that. Really easy on this one to lose the stack of the hip, so I'll do another reminder about that. And let's reverse that motion. Take it up, heel to bum, tap the toe, lengthen it. Reset the length with each opportunity that you have with the side kick series. 1 more, because again, lost count. I'm not going to do bicycle because I think I'll kick the window behind me. So instead what I'll do is little scissors. So hand comes here as a little kickstand. Lift both legs and just scissor back and forth. Helps to get your obliques, always looking to get the core wrapped in there. Back and forth, 2 more. Good. Let both legs come down. Take the top leg forward, plant it on the ground. If this is difficult for your hips, you may do this or this, whatever's best for you. Lift the bottom leg just a little bit and go up and down from there from 8. The initiating force of the motion is coming from the inner thigh. So the string is pulling up from here. You can't really see it here, but it's as if these 2 inner thighs want to squeeze together. Lift the last one, keep it as high as you can do. Point and flex the foot 8 times, looking for length through the toe and then the heel. 4 more. 3, 2, little ankle work added, 1, no extra charge. Then keep it really flexed and pulse up from there, 8, 7. So we're starting at our highest point, trying to push our limits, go up a little more from there. Point the toe, and then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the leg rest down. Both legs come together and now bend to 90 degrees. You're going to make sure that the heel is lined up with your bum. So you don't want the legs way up here, they're back like this. In this position, you can come up onto your elbow if that's better for you. Just make sure you lift with the bottom waist, whatever's comfortable. So open and close. These are just basic clams, and we're looking to work into the gluteus medius here, a little bit through the minimus, which is that back area where the hamstring and glute meet. The maximus isn't as much working right now. And now knee and ankle up and down, almost like we're pushing one plank of wood away. The thighs are coming right back down to meet each other, so as we lift and lower, we're not moving this leg front or back. Now, lift, go long, bend to 90, slide it back down. 7 more. Up, long, back, and down. 6. This is, again, always looking for length. The more we find length, the more you'll see that the legs will match completely back. If the hip pulls back, you'll see that the legs will not match up exactly when you lower. Good. On the next one, we're going to kiss the knees, kiss the toes. Kiss the knees, kiss the toes. Think about that ball and socket in the hip, just kind of rotating around and getting really limber, movable with that synovial fluid. 1 more here, and with the toe. Draw the knee towards the shoulder, lengthen the leg out from that. Now take your own darn hand, put it behind your own darn butt, and lengthen it forward by pushing the hip forward. This is going to warm up that area that we absolutely love, right where the bikini line is. The longer you reach that leg, how close my toes can get to you guys, the more you're going to work it. Let's hold it there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then draw it in. Give yourself a little hug, a little appreciation, a little stretch. Take your hand to either the foot, ankle, or calf, and give yourself a nice stretch there. Now rotate the foot around for a little break. Perfect. Now, for a little transition, let's come on our bellies. I'm going to have my head up for this because I have to talk to you and I want you to be able to hear me. But I want your head down with your hands making a pillow for your forehead, because that's going to help protect your back, because you don't want to pike up on your pelvis here. So take your heels together, knees are wide, lift up, lengthen, bend, and come down. So the lower your head is, the more it helps to protect your back. So I'm going to mention again, you don't want to lift up like I'm doing. I'm just doing that so you can hear me. Good. 2 more like that. Lift up. Think of the lift coming from the glute muscle. So this is where the gluteus maximus comes into it. Notice today I'm not doing any squats for you guys, so you're welcome. Okay, on the next one, when you lift, keep the heels together. I'll give you some heel beats. So really fast. Beat, beat, beat through the seat. Beat, beat, beat. Really long, really fast, really fast. I'm going to count to 10. I want you to beat your heels faster than I'm counting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax everything down. Hands slide under the shoulders and come back just for a little moment to breathe before we come to the other side. But to the other side, same thing over again. So elbow helps to support the head. Both legs slide forward. We lift the top leg. It sweeps as long forward as you can get it and back. Ooh, I'm kicking the wall back there, so I get an excuse for not going that far back because I'm going to put it through the window here. 2 more. Last one. Call me out if you see my bottom heel come up, because that's my challenge. I always want to bop this heel up. But you really have to think of that opposition, that as you're lifting this leg, you're pressing the bottom leg down. If you have one of these bands, you can certainly use that. That enhances that bottom leg's job or work. Good. Keeping it about the same level. We're to circle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I can't remember if we did circles on the other side. I meant to. If we didn't, go back and do them. Good. Now passe. Draw the toe up, knee to the shoulder, lengthen, and go down. Really look for length. Pull that leg longer as you let it meet the bottom leg. Let's go opposite direction now. Pull it up, bend, press down, and pull long. Lengthen. Get that leg to meet up with the bottom leg, to be just as long and strong. Excellent. We're going to lift both legs now and do our scissors, so just back and forth for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs come down. Take the top one forward again, based on your hips. You can come back or forward. I'm going to come forward. Lift it up just a wee bit. That's your start point. Up and down from there. So you're really squeezing the inner thighs together, but think of the lift coming from your inner thigh, not from your ankle or foot. It's easy to think about the foot raising up, and we miss the opportunity to engage through the inner thigh. Lift it as high as you possibly can, point and flex 8 times, so 6 more from here. Keep it lifted as high as you can the whole time. Your inner thigh should be active and crying, weeping, weeping, weeping. Good. End with the flexion and pop it up from there. So up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Point the toe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then let it all float down. Bend both legs again, looking and peeking to see that they're good. That my heels are right in line with the bum. Basic clam, open and close, warming up through the hips. 2, 3, 4. Just looking at my timer, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the knee and the ankle at the same time up. 2, 3, 4. Let me 4 more. Again, sliding right back into place where our hips are stacked so we have the same length of the leg and the femur. Lift it up now, lengthen it out. Bend it to 90, let it settle back in. As you lengthen it out, imagine someone's at the end of your toe, pulling the leg longer, not aggressively, just enough to give you that nice sense of total extension. Good, 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Now, knee kisses, toes kiss, knee, toes, knees, toes, 4, 3, 2 more, 1, and with the toes, draw the knee in, lengthen the leg out. This is when you're going to take your own hand, pull the hip forward. That's going to fire up this area. I want it fired up. If you don't feel that, that means your hip has fallen back or you're not lengthening your leg. Maybe you've softened it. So again, that person, whoever he or she maybe is pulling your leg along, hold it there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then draw it in. Nice chance to stretch here. So draw it in, hand behind the ankle or on the foot if you're super flexible. Oh, hopefully I can do that. Just allow the inner thigh to open on that one. Excellent. Now we're going to do a little bit of 4-point tabletop. So with this, I want you to watch your wrist position to make sure that it's directly under the shoulder, which means wrist under the shoulder, not hand under the shoulder. That helps to protect the wrist. If you have wrist issues, I want you to take all those huge jewels that you have around, if you're a woman or if you're a man, and come to fists so the forearm and the arm can be in line. So it would be like this if you have wrist issues. Can you guys see what I'm doing with my hands? I don't know. I'm going to put my wrist down because I'm okay today. I'm going to slide my left leg long. This is arabesque 2 position, which means that the hips are squared. I'm going to lift up. So as I lift up the leg, I'm looking to engage the area. This is better to show you this one, where my hamstring and glute meet each other, which would be about the bikini line if you don't wear a thong bikini. For a man, it's just the area where the glute and the hamstring meets. And every time the leg lifts, you're thinking of pushing the hip down so that you can reset the squareness of the hips and shoulders. Lift it as high as you can so you feel that engagement and sweep it out to the side and then down. It's like a number 7. As you do this, keep the upper body quiet. So I don't want a lot of kind of like moving like this. We want to just engage the waist with the leg movement, but really focus on the side hip, gluteus medius, and maximus right now. Actually, minimus is in there too. I guess it's all working. Good, 1 more. Now, keep it lifted, flex the foot, flex the heel into the opposing bum, point the toe out. The whole time, I'm going to come up a little bit because I'm kicking the wall. The whole time, the leg is lifted and it's engaged, so there's no moments of relaxation in this movement. 2 more. Last one. Good. Draw the knee in, sit back in a brief child's pose. If your wrists were bothering you, now's the time you want to kind of take the palm up, fingers behind you. Give yourself a chance to stretch that out. Let's reset in 4-point tabletop. Wrists directly under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Lengthen the left leg out and just lift and lower. First part of this exercise is obviously an exercise unto itself, but I want you to think of it as an opportunity to set your form. 2 shoulders, 2 hips. Long, long leg. Do 2 more. Upper body's quiet, except for my yapping mouth. So up, out to the side, back, and down. 8 altogether, so we'll do 7 more from here. 6. 5. I hear the 5 o'clock cocktail ice maker going to you. 2 more. Is it 5 o'clock? I don't even know. 1 more. Good. Now keeping it lifted behind you, flex the foot, draw the heel to the other bum. So my right foot, my right heel is reaching for my left glute. 6 more there. 5, 4, keeping it lifted and engaged the whole time. 3, 2, 1. Draw the knee in, come back into child's pose. So when, in Pilates at least, when the hips and shoulders are squared, that's considered arabesque 2 position. Arabesque 1 if you're on the reformer, your shoulders are squared, but the hip opens up. And it just helps you to feel difference on the stability of the opposing leg. It engages your obliques, but also really gets into the side hips. We're going to do a little arabesque one position. I want you to take your right hand down, elbow directly underneath the shoulder, and allow your hip to open up. Now, I don't have a lot of room here today, and I'm assuming you don't either because we're at home. So I'm going to take it to kind of a hydrant position. And then I want to re-square my shoulders towards the floor. So if I'm doing this, it doesn't do much. I'm going to look towards the floor and then lift from there. So we really want to work this whole side hip area. And the key to that is going to be keeping the shoulders as square as you can while you open up the left hip. Really easy to collapse into that opposing right side. So you want to keep this right hip as a nice base of support. Now we're going to lift, go long, bend, and lower. Same motion as when we were on the floor. A little bit more difficult, I think. Maybe you don't think, I don't know. What do you think? But you may not think it's more difficult. 2 more. Lift long. Last one. Good. Now just for a little stretch, I want you to draw that leg forward. If your knees and hips allow for it, just give me a little pigeon pose. So taking the left knee towards the left hand, the left foot towards the right hip, and then just sink into it as much as you can, lengthening the right hip down to open up the hip flexor. And then come back in. We're going to do the other side. I'll come this way so I don't really stick my bum and back to you. Left elbows down directly under the shoulder. I'm going to open myself up to look at you guys and get set up as I lift that top leg. Then I'm going to drop the shoulder to try and square the shoulders as much towards the floor as I can. From here, it's a lift. And it's a lift that you're going to feel right away. I will tell you that. If you don't, call me. That means I need to help support your form. You can FaceTime me. 412-999-0215. I will help you with your form over the phone. Now, up, go long, bend, and down. Trying to keep the knee from dropping here. So if you drop the knee, it's not as much fun. It's not as much Pilates fun. You want to kind of keep yourself open and rotate it out. Good. One more. Last one. Beautiful. Draw the leg forward. Right knee in front of the right hip, right toe in front of the left hip bone. And you're going to just sink into it as much as you can. If you have knee issues with this, you're not going to do this stretch. You may instead, you guys keep stretching if you chose pigeon pose, you may instead do this stretch, number 4 stretch, where you cross one ankle over the other and draw the opposing leg in. If you choose that stretch, make sure that you keep your back in line with sorry, a little distraction in the room. Okay, last thing we're going to do for the last 2 minutes of class is just some quick quad thigh work, because we did work a lot of hamstrings. I want you guys to come down on your elbows, lengthen the right leg with the knee and toe to the ceiling. We're going to point the toe up, flex it down, almost like the leg is hammering down. And we're lifting with the hip flexor, abs, and quads. If you have really, really tight hip flexors and this feels bitey to you, you're going to just soften the knee. And think of just focusing on just the quad. So lengthening it will help to get the hip flexor just to stand down a little bit. Now, lift it up about 8 inches, exaggerate the length, and then soften. So we're making a fist with that quad. We're clenching with the length. The whole time we're lifting up, so we're not in a lazy position. We're just not like that. We're keeping ourselves engaged through the core, using the spinal extensor muscles to help with our form. 2 more. Last one, sit up and cross the right ankle over the left. Reach for your left toes, ankle, shin, whatever you can do today. And let the left leg kind of really press down towards the floor or mat as you do that. Let's come back to that position. Not forget the other leg. Left leg points and flexes for 8 and 7. Lengthening the leg. Long, lean muscles help with movement. Nothing wrong with being bulky, but sometimes that can make us too tight, make us more prone to injuries. So we want to work the muscle in an elongated way as much as we can, at least in Pilates. That's our school of thought. But keep it a little bit lifted, lengthen, soften. It's called a flutter. I think if I fluttered like this in the pool, I'd probably drown, so I'd probably be fluttering a little faster. Just lengthening, taking that moment to feel the connection. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Sitting up, take the left ankle over the right knee and stretch. If you can flex the right foot a whole bunch, that's ideal. If you can't, no big deal, no judgment. And there's our timer, 20 minutes. You guys, thanks so much for staying with me for the last of the 3-part series. It was abs, arms, bum, and legs. Stay safe. Don't congregate.